Okay, sure. Good evening, everyone. I'm Yogesh Chaudhary. I'm standing here for the post of placement representative. First, a brief introduction about me. I graduated in 2015 from BITS Pilani. During my college, I held various positions of responsibilities from secretary, where we organized our international technical festival for over 4,000 students. Then I was a teaching assistant, where job responsibilities included conducting tutorials and mentoring over 50 students. So these responsibilities, they enabled me to evolve as a team player, and they improved my people management as well as leadership skills. During my final year, I worked as an intern for investment bank for 1 year. So during which time I learned how to work under high pressure situations and tight deadlines. Here in IIM Bangalore, for the past 4 months, I have been a junior placement representative. I've helped the placement team in during the summers, and I've seen the amount of hard work and dedication which goes into conducting the process of such a scale. I have shown my commitment to the placement committee by aligning my priorities so as to put the placement work before everything else. I've seen the kind of dedication and the commitment which the PRs put in, and I am fully committed to it. And if elected, so first of all, my the key target would be to enable a smooth process for seniors for laterals. For this, I would focus on better dissemination of information. For the same, first I would like to integrate the information such as the roles offered, the job description on the placement portal at the time of application, so that the applicants are better informed while applying for the forms. The other area which I would like to focus on is getting more diverse roles to match candidates for the roles of their likings. Thank you.
Thank you, Yogesh. Your
Thank you.
first question is, you happen to notice that an alumni from a highly rated recruiter has entered the common pool and started interacting with the candidates and taking them for his company's interviews. So what will you do at the time?
Okay. He's an IMB alumni.
Yeah, he's an IMB alumni of that particular recruiter. He has come down to the common pool, interacted with candidates, and he is taking them for his company's interviews.
Okay. First, when I see and notice such a behavior, so that's like against our rules. So anybody, we have made it clear to the whole batch before the placement process that nobody is allowed to interact with the recruiters. So I will ask the students first to not engage in any such activities. I'll go and talk to the alumni that since he has been an alumni of the college, so he knows all the process, all the things they have been already told to him. And I'll go and talk to him that this is not how it works. We have already given.
Fine.
Uh,
I'll give you more context to the situation. So you
sure.
happen to find this when this particular alumni is taking a student to the interview process.
Okay.
Okay, the student is next to him, alumni is here, and you have just spotted this. So the student says that I want to go to this firm,
Okay.
and the alumni says that so the panel is waiting. I want to take him. What will you do?
So first of the things I would like to check is whether the student has a shortlist from the given uh, firm or not. So because how the process work is, you
The
should have,
student does not have a shortlist.
the student does not have a shortlist. So again, then the second thing I would like to check is who all are scheduled for the panel, whether the panel is empty, if there is nobody scheduled, or is someone scheduled, like why is panel waiting, as you said, like panel is waiting for him, but is there no other interviewer is scheduled for the panel?
So the case is very clear, Yogesh. The case is so the, the company alumni has taken a candidate. They want the panel wants to interview him. Okay, so they somehow missed him in the first shortlist. The panel wants to interview him. Candidate wants to go. You are standing in the middle blocking it.
Okay, so yeah, that's my. I think that's my duty as. So as a PR, so our main aim is to get the student placed, but along with given that, the aim is to get the students placed through right channels and ethically. It's not that anybody can come and take students as how they wish, because it will create chaos. Other firms will also would want to come and choose students of their liking. Right?
No,
So
we
I
know
would.
the process. Tell us what our steps are.
So what I'm trying to say here is I would not allow him first of all to the candidate to go to the panel. So that's one.
This is a final placement process. The career of the candidate gets defined by this. So Now tell your decision.
Okay. Okay. Since he's an alum and he knows the process, right? He knows the process. So I would like to ensure that it's a fair process. If other people are scheduled, then I would want other the people who are scheduled at the right time to go and have interviews before that candidate. And if the firm is threatening to walk out, right? I would go and try to convince the firm that this. So we have a long existing relationship with the firm, and that's not how they operated during our relationship, and that's not how we behaved with them, right? So it's 1 year they cannot come up with erratic demands and demand something like that from us and expect us to fulfill it. So my course of action would be to not allow the candidate and go and talk to the firm that we won't advise. So, so uh, yeah, yeah. I'm the one coming, but I am representing the other 40, 50, or 100 students who are sitting, waiting to be interviewed to the firm, right? So I'm representing all the student community of the IIM Bangalore and not representing the interest of one student in a firm. Okay, so here one of the points is if other interviewees are scheduled, that means they have filled the form on higher preference, and the person who is not scheduled, he wanted to go somewhere else, right? So that the form is not high on his preference. So that's why they are picking somebody up from the pool and taking him. So if we are talking about losing the offer, right? So here the thing is we are not losing. I'll try to convince the firm that look at the candidates who are scheduled to come to you, and if the firm is adamant, so but still I would not want people taking the back channels and going for interviews. That will be my final stand on this case. No, I'm choosing only one candidate. Okay. Yeah, okay. But this will be unfair to all other students who are waiting, right? It was their first preference. So, okay. Okay. So the only wrong thing, or I see the factor of unfairness because the people. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, so there will be exceptions, but I cannot keep on making. So if one firms does that, right, and other firms get to know he's an alum, right, and these things spread. So other firms can get to know that they are doing that. That's how they are pressurizing us that we want to see this candidate. Otherwise, we are walking out. Then I'm just thinking about the consequences it will have on further firms and how they are going to push us next. Like we'll lose our bargaining power and the leverage we have on the firm.
Okay.
Okay. So you'll ask?
Questions on your SOP?
Yeah.
No, I have to ask the second question.
Okay, fine. Sorry, sure.
So after the final placement process is over, you happen to find out that a student had sent the screenshot of his preferences, okay, which is nothing but the list of participating recruiters, to his friend in IMA before our process had started. Okay, so this friend in IMA is a placement committee member in IMA. So what will be your course of action, given that you have discovered this after the placement process is over?
Process is over for us.
Yeah. So he has sent the list of the preferences screenshot to his friend in IMA before the process. But you have found that after the process got over. So in that subsequent gap, he has got a final placement offer. Okay. IMA's process has not started. Okay. So but they have this data now. So what will be your course of action?
Okay. So one of the things like when our list of the companies recruiting to IMB when it goes out, right? So during the process, if it goes out, then we have the big problem of other IMs poaching our companies. But once the process is over, we even have official channel.
Yogesh, this poaching of companies could have already happened because
This could have.
you didn't find it at the right time. Effectively, if you have found this
Okay.
before the placement process, you would have debarred that candidate. So you never know how many recruiters you even lost because of this.
Did we lose recruiters? Like in that list, did any of the firms which were bound to come didn't come? Like,
And there is also a case which you think that, yeah, and there is also a case which you think that uh, A gave a premium slot to the recruiter, no, because our preference list also has the slot in which the company comes, right? So A kind of pitched to the recruiter saying that a premium slot, we have given you a premium slot. Because of that, they will get more offers than us. So you also think that this would have happened because of that.
okay.
Nothing is confirmed because you just found out after the process.
Okay, and the only thing which we can confirm is since it was our preference list, that means those forms came on campus, right?
What is your plan of action? That's it.
Cool. Just give me a second. First of all, I would like to see and try to gauge what effect it had on us. Like, it's
Yogesh,
subjective, as you
know,
said.
you can never know, Yogesh. You can never know what effect it had on you. It could have had very major effects also. But everything,
How are
you can
the
never know.
effects even concerned? You tell us your plan of action effects, Jobio.
Okay. Okay. So since our process is already over and the candidate has already got a offer, so how I would approach this problem is I would go and talk to the candidate, bring the matter up with him, and just let him know the consequences of it, as it has been already been told several times. But still, I would go and talk to the candidate again, tell him the consequences which it has, and maybe I'll try to bring the matter up with higher authorities, because it is a violation of our media blackout which has been imposed, right? So it's a violation of the law. As okay, okay, it's a final or a summers?
Final. We
It's a
made it clear, na?
finals.
It's a final placement process.
Okay. So see, as a student, it will have future consequences, but I would not like to take any action which can destroy the career of the student. So that's one of the things I'll keep in mind, that I should not like cancel the offer of the student or something which will harm his career in future. This, it might have an impact on our coming years for our placement process and the firms going here. But
So what will you do?
huh, okay. So what I'm trying to think here is the process is already over. The student has already got an offer, and I, as a PR, I do not want to cancel his offer. So that's
So
so
you
that's
won't do
one of the
anything.
things.
So you won't. So you have taken the issue to CDS. CDS is asking your opinion. You are saying don't do anything. Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm saying we won't go to the heights of canceling his offer. Okay. I I don't know what other punishment I can give to the student, but
Fair enough. Ashish.
So you said that there'll be better dissemination of information to students sitting for placements. Explain.
okay. So what I'm proposing here to the team is that since while we are applying for the any of the forms on the placement portal, right? So at there only we can provide the link for the JD. This time also it was started after, like, between the process that we have already uploaded the JDs for the that will start it in advance only. With every form we'll try to get the JDs and upload it on the portal. And also if we can one pages like which we have prepared this time. So even we can try uploading them also along with the JDs. So the student has a bit more information about the firm and the kind of role offered at the time of applying instead of going there on day one and having no idea about the firm. So
In
that's
short,
the,
you're spoon feeding them with even the company information. I'm an applicant. I am sitting for placements. Would you not want the student to himself go on the web, search for the company data, understand what the company is all about, and then apply? Do you really want to give that information also?
And as a follow-up, so the student might even say that okay, you might miss critical information because a one-pager cannot cover everything. So you might miss critical information, and in a way, you are harming the student also.
okay. So the idea here is not to spoon feed because even in the end we are providing one pages to the students, right? During the end of
And it is also a way to kind of make a student prepared before he goes into the interview because he's handling multiple companies. He might my state of mind might not be perfect. So if he takes a break and reads the one page and goes in, it will be clear. That is the intention. Okay. But if you are providing this beforehand, information dissemination in terms of stipend details or other details, that is okay. But if you are providing a one pager beforehand, so what incentive will a student have to check the website and get to know more information about the company?
okay. So my idea behind this was the students get to know the firms better. So other thing which can be used here is the PPTs from the firm. Like many of the firms are willing to share their PPT, so we can even upload the PPTs along with the application link.
Do you know any firm who was willing to share and placement committee didn't share it to the batch?
No, not saying placement committee didn't share. I'm saying we can upload it where we apply on the portal only.
The portal has a size limit. You can't upload a PPT of the firm. That's why if a firm shares a PPT, it is sent in the mail when the company's application is
Okay.
open.
I was not aware of the fact, so I'll take into account that.
Okay. Okay.
Any
Thanks.
question from the audience?
No audience.
Fine,
Thanks.
good. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.